Hello everybody, and welcome back to European Truckers Log. I'm here where we left off with the 143M. I can't actually remember what town we were in, but we were here at a Mercedes deal. We're just kind of parked up. Weirdly enough, the three trucks that were parked next to us that I kind of thought were like show trucks, they just disappeared. Yeah, apparently they weren't show trucks. That or Mercedes is really quick at selling the trucks. I haven't picked out a job yet. We're here in Stuttgart. That's right, we're in Germany. I actually record this the same day as I record the last Truckers Log, so I don't actually have any new mods or anything like that. I don't have pro mods yet. What do we want to take? There's a snow plow truck. Some glass panels. It's kind of a boring trailer there. Nothing extreme thing. The pallets look kind of exciting, but the journey doesn't look amazing. It doesn't pay a lot. I say doesn't pay a lot. I'm so used to playing on my level 60 profile and having like $20,000 loads. I would go for the digger because it gives us quite a bit of money, but it's kind of outside of town. It's actually closer to Mannheim than it is Stuttgart. You'd think there'd be a Mannheim delivery. Plus I don't know if we'd actually get there in time. We could go up to Mannheim with the plow. This is a relatively short journey for the price. I don't know what I want to take. There's no real jobs jumping out at me. I don't want to take 38 tons. I don't think this truck would cope with 38 tons well. What's the difference there? 192 or 210, so it's only about 20 kilometers. I think I'm going to take the glass panels trailer because I've never actually seen that trailer. I've seen trailers like that with the snow plow truck on it. I don't actually think I've seen the snowplow truck itself, but the trailer, the low bed I've seen, I know that. So I'm going to take the glass panels. We'll jump in the cab and get it started up. Right, we don't actually have a sat-nav. That's something I've noticed with this mod. It seems like the engine is kind of loud after it first starts getting going, and then after that it kind of quiets down. I don't know if that's a thing with like the engine needing to warm up or what it is. It's kind of cool though, of course. The lights would change just as I come to a stop. I know we were down that way last time we discovered that. Why did it not discover that recruitment agency? I don't remember if we actually discovered the recruitment agency in the last video, but I know we went down that road. Not sure why we don't have that discovered. So yeah, as I said, there's not really a whole lot new, considering I'm recording this probably like 3 or 4 hours after I recorded the last video. So yeah, there's not a whole lot to talk about. I'll probably talk about maybe the France DLC and some of that stuff in a little more detail. Alright. This is what we were taking, right? The glass panels? Yes. It's actually quite a few different trailers here. Okay, so where is it? It's over there. I don't know why they have glass panels at a lumber yard, but myself, I wouldn't have parked them this close to the... Get in there. I wouldn't have parked them this close to the massive wood pile. I don't know, just me. see if I can scrape it along the wood pile as we pull out. No, we're good. One thing I do want to talk about, well, not really talk about, but just kind of get out there, I guess. With the Scania 143M, it's a nice truck, but there is the possibility that at some point we may be forced to switch from it. I think we're going to keep it as long as I can, just so that we're not, you know, going around every time we have like $100,000 or so to buy a new truck. I don't really want to do that. I'll probably end up keeping the truck as long as I can, and I say that mostly because I want to keep it, but also I know of the very real factor that it may not get updated for newer versions of the game. This one that I'm using actually hasn't been updated since 124 Euro Truck, which isn't a massive problem right now. It's still functioning with the game. Why are you stopped? It still functions with 126 in Viva la France DLC. Hopefully I don't get done for skipping that or going through that. But yeah, it's one of those things that I have in the back of my mind that since this truck hasn't been updated for the past two versions of Euro Truck, I'm kind of concerned on whether or not the mod author is supporting the truck anymore, if anybody is supporting it really. I did have a quick search around to see if there was another 143M mod. It didn't look like there was. So I'm hoping that if something comes out, like an update comes out that actually breaks the truck, that the mod author would, you know, kind of just update the truck at least to have the truck able to be drivable. But that being said, I know there is a possibility that that won't happen, so I am going to keep my eyes out for some other mods. I don't know what I'm going to use. I'm still undecided whether I'm going to use a Scania or a Volvo later on. If I use a Volvo, I'll definitely go for an Ohaha Volvo. They're usually amazing quality. But if I go for a Scania, I'll probably go for an RGL. RGL does some great Scania mods. And I don't know, I've also been thinking about the idea of getting a MAN. Mazda does some decent MAN trucks. So like I said, I'm going to keep my eye out and look at the different truck mods that are out there and see which ones are still being updated. Because if something happens to the 143 that we're driving that I can't actually use it because it's not being updated, I don't want to go and get another truck that isn't being supported either, because I don't want to run into that same problem. So for that reason, yeah, I may end up going for, like, I kind of want to go for a Volvo, but I may end up going for like a Scania because I don't know how much Ohaha is still actually doing, like, involved with his mods. But yeah, that's the talk about the truck I kind of wanted to get out of the way, other than the fact that once we start leveling up a bit, I am going to be going into like the mechanic shop and upgrading bits here and there. I definitely want to get a bigger engine as soon as we can because I feel like we're going to need power. I'm not going to just upgrade them like one by one though. I'm not going to go in and buy the next tier and then wait and then the next tier. I'll probably wait 2 or 3 tiers maybe and then upgrade. I think that would definitely be worth it. This is all under the assumption that I am going to still have this truck at that point in time. I know I mentioned in the last video that ProMods isn't working, and I did mention at the beginning of this one, I don't have ProMods installed because it's not working yet. I don't really know when they're going to release a fix for 126 of Euro Truck. From what I've been told, they're hoping to get it out before Christmas. I'm not sure if they will or not. And I'm also not sure they said that they're going to release basically a compatibility version for 126, and then another one for Vive la France. Now, that to me sounds like when they release the compatibility for 126, if you have the France DLC, it sounds kind of like ProMod still isn't going to be compatible and still isn't going to work, which is kind of disappointing. I am fully aware that that may not be the case. It's kind of hard to say whether or not it is or not. We'll just have to basically wait and see when they actually release the compatibility version and see what they say, if it's compatible with the France DLC or not. I'm thinking that it probably won't be. I think that they're just going to release it basically because SCS updated like all of France. They added in parts and they updated the existing parts that were in the base game. A lot of those cities ProMods had gone through and reworked themselves, and when SCS did it, kind of overrode the ProMods cities, so that's why ProMods doesn't actually work. So I think what ProMods is going to do is basically sift through all of the SCS assets and cities and basically rework their cities to work with the SCS ones, I guess. So yeah, it could be a little while before we actually see ProMods come back onto the scene, but as soon as ProMods does come back on the scene and it's usable with 126 and the France DLC, I'll definitely be grabbing that again. The base map for Euro Truck is an extremely nice and very good map. It's been fleshed out so much through the years, and it looks amazing. You can get some really scenic drives through different places, notably up through Scandinavia, now through France. You can get some really amazing drives in this game, but ProMods just adds so much more detail to the game. But that doesn't come without a price. The price is, with ProMods, you don't really notice it's too much when you're just driving down like a motorway like this. You kind of notice different scenery and that kind of thing from the new places that ProMods adds in. But when you enter into a city or a town, you definitely see ProMods detail then, and you can also feel it. You can feel it through your frame rate. I know I put videos up in the past where I go into a city and my frame rate will drop. Like, I'm getting, you guys should be able to see the overlay there on the screen, the top left. I'm getting like 45, 47 frames just out here in the countryside driving down the motorway. That will drop when I go into a city, no doubt. And if it's a ProMod city, like if I had ProMods installed, that would drop quite a ways. It's a price you have to pay. Unfortunately, if you don't have like a top of the end machine that can basically run the game on Ultra, it's kind of just, yeah, it's the price you have to pay. I'd rather have decent content with a decent frame rate. ProMods doesn't drop the frames down, so that's unplayable. You can get some spikes where the game will just kind of freeze while it loads. That's kind of annoying, but again, it's not something that happens extremely often, and when you do enter a ProMod city, you don't lose like 30 frames or something. I'll dip down to about sometimes 25 frames, somewhere around that mark, and I'm fine with that. Ideally, I'd want it to stick around the 30 frames mark. Well, I shouldn't say ideally. That's basically my, I wish it would stay there, like worst case scenario, I wish it would stay around 30. What I really want is for it to stay at 60 all the way. Unfortunately, that isn't going to happen. I rarely ever get 60, even just driving like this. Come on, get moving. That guy kind of caused us to lose a lot of our momentum, but I mean, I can understand, even though a lot of the vehicles in this game don't seem like they have physics, Oh my goodness, you slowed down so much for that bend. You can tell sometimes when vehicles are driving, it doesn't seem like they have physics properly on them. They'll take bends a lot quicker than they should. That was actually decent example of a vehicle, what he should have been doing if it was like real life. He entered the highway and it was all an uphill stretch, so he kind of had to build up some speed. So yeah, I can understand why he was kind of slow. I wish this SUV on my inside would get going so I could move over. I swear, if this is another case where he gets in front of me and moves over. Okay, he didn't. You're going to discover a recruitment agency there on the left, hopefully, as long as this one actually discovers, unlike the last one. Yep, okay, so we got that. Don't turn. Just got through that. Alright, BCP is where we're delivering up here on the left. I don't know if you guys just heard that, but I'm pretty sure that's my capture card being extremely dumb. It's been acting up recently where it will have spurts where it just decides it's going to disconnect. I don't use my capture card to record PC gaming, only my Xbox. But yeah, it's being really weird. Sometimes it'll just disconnect itself and then reconnect itself. I'm not sure what's up with it. It's been acting extremely strange lately. Brakes! I thought we were going to hit that building. Alright, see if I can reverse this into the parking spot properly. Oh, that's going to be way off. The mirrors on this truck are kind of strange. I think it's the field of view of the mirrors that is off. I don't know why, but something just seems strange about them. The mirrors also seem to be lower quality than some of the other trucks that I've driven. I'm not sure why that is. I mean, compared to, like, I've been driving a Peterbilt 389 in this game, and going from that to this, the mirror quality just seems to be non-existent in this truck, even though I have the mirror quality turned up to medium, I think, which makes it look a little bit better, but not much. So we'll decouple that. I never actually properly showed you the trailer. There it is a little bit at the end. It's kind of such a short journey, we didn't get any decent outside views. We're close to level 4. Unfortunately, we didn't actually level up. We'll definitely level up in the next video. We have like 140 XP, so yeah, we should get that no problem from a another job. We get $5,500, which puts us at a decent monetary point, I guess would be the word to use. We have $47,000. I'm just gonna look at the map for a second. Let's go over here, discover this place. I'm assuming it will probably be a truck dealer, seeing as we already got the recruitment agency. We'll go over there and we'll have a stop. I'm not sure if I actually have fatigue turned on. It doesn't look like I do. I'll have to remember to do that. Oh, that was a bump. I don't know why I have fatigue turned off, but I'm going to turn it on after I'm finished recording here. We'll just go over here and pull up at the truck dealer. I just made through that. That's 3 yellow lights that I've just barely made it through. Just in this video alone, the lights are not with me today. Get going, pal. There you go. Alright, it looks to be an MAN dealer, so that's nice. We have a few different truck dealers discovered. We have the Renault, the Scania, the MAN, and the Mercedes. There's only a few left to go. I think we still have the Volvo and the DAF dealer. It'll be nice once we get all the truck dealers discovered. Then when I decide to buy another truck, I have a better, basically, selection. I don't have to teleport somewhere just to, like, be able to buy a truck. What is this? What is that? That's actually kind of cool. It looks like... I didn't know what to think of it at first. It almost reminds me of, like, an old Russian truck, maybe, or something. But definitely looks like it's some kind of off-road, like, truck for a quarry, like a dump truck or something. It's kind of cool. I can't actually read what's on the side there. Huh. I'd never expect to see that in the MAN dealer. Apparently we could just stop here and, you know, have a rest. I'm just going to back up into this parking spot. Alright, so that is going to be it for this video, guys. If you liked the video, hit the like button and be sure to subscribe. And until next time, goodbye.